Welcome to What's in the Bag, where we give the voice to the voiceless and we let you say whatever is on your mind. My name is Marvina and I am your host.
Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I am excited. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Let whatever we say, may it be a light until someone's pathway. Whatever it is being said, let it be an enlightenment. Whatever is being said, let it, even if it doesn't help you right now, maybe it'll help you later, for you to store it for later, Father God. We just asking now. I just have to get this prayer in because, Lord, I am grateful this morning. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Welcome, y'all, to another early morning coffee with Marvina, where we give a voice to the voiceless and we let you say what is on your mind. Good morning. Thank y'all for joining. Hey, Rhonda, welcome, girl. Thank you, Sissy, for joining us. And we are so excited this morning. Well, I don't have any decaf coffee this morning. I don't have caffeinated coffee this morning. I got decaf coffee. This is some coffee my sister gave me a while back. Thank you, Noonie. And I actually didn't have any creamer, so I had the liquid creamer, so I had to use some powder creamer from Kroger's. This coffee is a little light this morning, but I got plenty of sugar. Look, and she said ginger tea. Yes, ma'am, that sounds good. That's a wake up. Ginger tea is good. I love ginger tea. And yep. And well, let me go ahead on and introduce to some and present to others my BFF. Bye. Good morning, Vine. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning to everybody in What's in the Bag family. And thank you for everybody that reached out to me last week and said, "Where were you?" Whew, that's all I can say. I was in bed for a whole week. GMA sometimes not what it's always cracked up to be. Little kids, germs, and all those things take a toll on you and knock you on your backside for a minute. So, but I
Yeah.
was able to get some much needed rest.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
was able to get that done. This
Yes.
morning,
You got
I found my tumbler, yes.
your
And
cup.
I'm drinking some Essential brand, which is, what is that, Food Depot?
Yeah.
Donut Shop blend coffee. Uh, but I'm gonna work it. I bought it. I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna stop wasting. I'm gonna stop wasting money. So I have to dress it up. And I guess maybe it's just that I am just so partial to 8 o'clock coffee original blend. So maybe that's it. And then my other little favorite spot. I don't know.
You're going in and out. She just froze. Ah. and this with these Wi-Fi, she just froze. She gonna have to come back in. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You froze. You're frozen.
What the heck they doing? Lord
Ma'am,
have mercy,
all I hear is have mercy, Jesus. You froze.
Jesus. Can't even go out there and get a cup of coffee. No.
You keep freezing up, so they're not hearing.
Is it me?
Excuse me. You keep freezing up, so they're not hearing nothing you're saying. Maybe I can go ahead on and leave a private chat to
Something
you.
here.
Yeah, because we can't hear you. Yeah, it's her Wi-Fi spot. She's not even, I don't even know if she's noticing that it's going out in
Okay,
air.
that's what I was thinking. I said, is it me? Hold on one
That's
second.
you. Well, let's go ahead on and get on with our
I'm gonna go ahead
conversation.
and
We are on this coffee thing since we was
correct this.
yes, she is frozen up. Yes, she is. She's frozen. Very. So I think it's the Wi-Fi. I got to be her Wi-Fi. So she's going to go ahead on and work on that Wi-Fi. But meanwhile, between time, I am still on this coffee thing.
Hold
So
on one second.
since we're on this coffee thing today, so we're
This.
going to do this. We're going to do a we're going to do another review. We're doing a review again, like last week on Quick Trip Coffee. I am very upset, very, 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 and I think whoever seen me last week about this coffee situation. And yes, because in the morning I leave from my house, I would drive to either Chapel Hill or Riverside or somewhere to pick me up a good cup of coffee. And normally it's Quick Trip. Quick Trip is like had the best coffee that I wouldn't go to anywhere. Even if I buy my gas from somewhere else, I would always go to Quick Trip to get me a cup of coffee. I even remember times when me and Yvonne, we had a business. We was actually doing some real estate stuff, and that was like our first stop every morning to go and get us a good cup of coffee from Quick Trip. Well, Quick Trip been having some issues, and I heard about some issues. I think it has something to do with someone had drank some coffee and a roach was in her mouth, and they were having some issues. I don't know what the issues was, mostly because don't give me the line. I just know I heard the rumors. So they decided to change up the coffees. Now, why did they change up the coffee did not make sense. Now, I see if you changed up the way we dispense the coffee, which was good. But to totally change the coffee to this coffee, I think it's actually, I'm calling it coffee mud. Because the coffee's so dark. And then they say it's medium roasted, which I can't believe that it's medium roasted. It looks dark. It tastes dark. It is dark. It's nasty. Even to the point, many times I done went into Quick Trip. Even after all of this, I go in and I ask the people. One lady, I think I spoke of her last week. Her name is Joanne. We spoke on the coffee. I walk in, and every time I go into Quick Trip, and this is it. I always find a way to conversate or find something to speak to someone about when we're standing there and we're making our coffee. Well, this particular day, Miss Joanne was in there drinking on her coffee, and she kept sipping it, kept sipping it. So I'm saying to myself, let me ask her about this coffee. So she said, well, I said, so how's the coffee? She gonna say to me, mm-mm, mm-mm. I said, what do you mean? Is this? She said, no. She said, I've been trying to doctor on this coffee. It just doesn't taste the same. It's not the same. It doesn't taste the same. You don't dispense it the same. It's just a terrible experience. So we decided today, Yvonne is still trying to get herself together. We were going to call and talk to Quick Trip customer service. Are you still there, Vaughn? I don't see her there. She's still trying to fix her thing. Well, we wanted to call and we wanted to find out from Quick Trip about how if they can explain to us why they changed the brand. I don't know if it's the brand or why they no longer have it where you can choose the grade. I mean, you got the regular, you got the medium, and you got the dark roasted. Now, I don't know if they're trying to keep up with Racetrack, because this is what Racetrack has. They have that Columbia coffee, and you actually can dispense your coffee the way that now Quick Trip is trying to do it. Also, the creamers. You got all these different creamers. You know, once upon a time when you push the creamer, it would come out. It was thick, it was sugary, it was sweet. Now you gotta use they use that delight also. You gotta pour it in, and it's just not doing anything for the coffee. It's like mud, it's like nasty. I don't know if anyone have been to Quick Trip and tasted, but I don't think it's a great it's a great coffee to be drinking. So I don't know where my BFF went to. She just went on out and haven't been back. Let's see if we can get her on the phone and see what she's trying to tell me. Last week she couldn't come on. She was sick. This week we're having technical difficulties. Let me see what she says. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm logging in from my other computer.
Okay, so we got it. Okay, so wonderful. When you come in, we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna call Quick Trip if you don't mind. But I'll wait on you to come in so we can talk and see if we can get these people on quick on. All right.
I know, right?
Yeah, girl, because I've been wanting to do this all week. We called to see if they were open today, and we found out that they were open. So we said, okay, we're gonna try something. We're gonna try this. Good morning, Tony. Hey, Eric Lee, man, you ready for next week? We waiting on you next week. You gonna come on in? Hey, Mer. Hi.
Hey.
Y'all, this is my BFF. Let me tell you something. I was so lost last week. I was so lost last week. You asked my mom. It was like it was so sudden that she couldn't come on. We planned everything out, and then that morning time she was like, I just can't do it, Vina.
I couldn't, and everybody know me. I'm a pusher through.
Yeah.
if that's even the right words to say, I will push through. But I just, whew, when it knocked me on my behind, it really knocked me on my behind, and I apologize. The internet over here completely went down.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it. Well, you know what? That was one good thing about what's in the bag. Whatever happened, it's just what's in our bag. We ain't here trying. We're not practicing perfect. We're not practicing trying to. We're just out here giving awareness. We out here to do what's in the bag is given, and sometimes it just don't work all the way we planned. It don't always work that way, but we okay with that. Well,
that's right.
Go ahead on. You want to make this phone call? Because I'm so excited about making this phone call.
Me too.
Let's make
they open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
All right,
they done messed up our favorite cup of coffee.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to let you start it. Because, see, for me, you know me, I'm so strong with it. I don't want to come off too strong and hurt the lady because she or him or whoever answer. I just feel like, they're not responsible for changing it, but they're a part of the company. So they got to give us some answers. I'm just feeling like you got to tell me something.
They're the front line of defense.
Go get them. Go get them.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Let's get them on here. Y'all.
So this is a live review we doing, guys.
We're doing a live review. Let's see how this goes.
Thank you for calling the Quick Trip customer comment line. For customer comments, press 1.
So we do
For food-related comments, press 2.
2.
Food related, yeah.
With yourself, and if you can give that person a great experience, it becomes a comfort.
It's exciting.
Quick Trip Food Illness. This is Matthew speaking. How may I help you?
Hello, Matthew.
How are you?
Hi.
How are you? How are you? Wonderful, wonderful. My name is Marvina. I'm actually a host on a talk show called What's in the Bag. And also my co-host. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good morning, Matthew. My name is Yvonne, and I am the co-host of What's in the Bag. And we hope we have the right department. We're calling about the coffee this morning.
Gotcha. Just a quick question, Martina. Are we being recorded at the moment?
No, you're not being recorded. It's no recording. We just wanted to ask about, the coffee and the change in the coffee and what y'all, what's going on with the coffee. I don't know if you've been having any customer complaints, but we wanted to know, what's the deal with the coffee. So
why y'all change it up?
Why y'all change it up?
Gotcha.
It,
That's not information that I would actually have in regards to anything like changing. If we did change products or something like that, I
mhm.
could get you over to a shift lead though, if you'd like, and they might be able to speak with you.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you. And we God bless you.
Bless you. Bear with me just a second while I get a hold of them.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You have a great day.
What makes Quick Trip more than a gas station? Just ask our
Now
employees.
you know we
The
wrong
people
for this,
make
but
the place. I think that's really what it is. I am a people person, and so I love developing relationships with my customers, having them come in every day, knowing their orders, knowing what they want. You're representing something
Maybe
greater
we
than
need to
yourself.
start
You give that person a great
a
experience, it
petition.
becomes a comfort. That
yeah,
atmosphere
Bring
change
it
it
back.
back.
our customers.
Yeah,
And
bring
Change
it
it
they
back.
back
want to come
petition.
back. So I think
Change that
Quick Trip is more
coffee
than
back.
just the gas station. We're family.
My sister,
What makes Quick
she
Trip
actually
more than a
went
gas
in
station?
and
Just
asked
ask our employees.
The people
the
make
guy,
the place.
the manager,
That's
about
really
the
what it is.
coffee.
I am a
And
people
she
person,
explained to
and
me,
so I love
Burnett
developing
said that
relationships with my customers, having them come in
they've
every
been
day,
having a
knowing
lot
their
of
orders,
complaints.
knowing what they want.
And what
You're
I'm
representing
having an
something
issue
greater than yourself. And if
is
you can give
what
that
is
person a
their
great
reasons for
experience, it
changing
becomes
it?
a
Because
comfort. That
it's
atmosphere
dark,
definitely
it's
affects our
black,
customers.
it's
And they
It's
strong,
so strong.
it's so
So I think Quick
strong.
Trip is more
And
than
I
just the
know,
gas station.
hey Noni, yeah, here she go. And I
What
know,
makes Quick Trip more than a gas
Put up
station?
some wallpaper
other
with that.
people
Employees.
besides
make
us
the
likes our
I think
don't
that's
like our
really what it
coffee
is.
hot and I mean all dark and so she asked the question. She said there was a lot of customer complaints about it, and I'm excited to find out what's going on and see what they say. Let's see what we get here. Yeah. I hope we don't be on here long because then we're gonna have to hang up.
Is more than just the gas station. We're family.
Yeah, we may.
What makes Quick Trip more than a gas station? Just ask our employees.
The people make the place.
So anybody out there besides us had any Quick Trip experiences besides us? If you do, what do y'all think about the coffee? Do y'all drink the coffee? Is there something that you would change about Quick Trip coffee? Did you like it before? Do you like it now? Let me know. I want to know what y'all I know Mommy Daddy used to drink it a lot, but we don't even drink it as much
What
anymore.
makes Quick Trip more than a gas station? Just ask our employees.
The people make the place. I think that's really what it is. I am a people person, and so I love developing.
They don't seem like no one wants to come on.
Having them come in every day.
Yeah, you have to. You waiting on the shift lead and all that kind of stuff to
If you
come.
give that person a great experience, it becomes a comfort. That atmosphere.
Well, we can always call back and call the customer comment line and say, please take the coffee back.
Well, maybe we need to do that. I was
What makes
hoping we'd
Quick
get a
Trip more
person.
than a gas station?
I don't want to waste our time waiting on somebody to come online.
Really what it is.
Your man probably felt a little uncomfortable. Got two people calling him talking about their host for a talk show. I'm my narrator. You didn't tell me what's wrong with coffee.
Exactly. That's probably exactly what's going on.
Well, of course, again, you know what? We're gonna hang up, and hopefully
What makes Quick Trip
we can
more
call
than a gas
back
station?
and some other time and get y'all some
people make
results
the
on
place.
what's going
I think
on.
that's
And
really
I
what it
think
is.
we need
I
to
am
put
a
out a
people
petition.
person,
I think
so
we
I
need a
love
petition
developing
stating that
Yeah.
we got coffee to be
Having
turned
them
back in.
Please bring it back. Please
Please
bring
bring
back.
the coffee.
Or
Like,
if they decide not to bring it back, make it to where it is adjustable. You can
yeah,
adjust the strength of the
yeah,
coffee because that coffee is so strong.
it is. It's really
It's like,
nasty.
We're family.
It's really, it's upsetting. To be honest with
yeah.
you,
More than a
it's
gas
really
station.
upsetting.
That's part of how I got sick. I didn't have any hot bought that big old cup of coffee and it was like it was like mud. I couldn't even drink it.
Well, we gonna hang up. We gonna go back and we'll do this some other time. I'm gonna call them back, but believe me, we're going to get some results. I want my
They gonna
coffee
get a
back.
phone
We're
call
gonna
from
get
us
a call
once a
from
week
her.
until
Yes, and believe me, we're gonna do it. And we're
every
gonna tell y'all we did it. I'm telling
yeah.
you, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get our coffee back. We're gonna get somebody to give us something
Every
back.
Saturday morning we go live. We're just gonna take a quick minute and call the comment line and say, "This is Yvonne and Marvina calling again from What's in the Bag. Can
Yeah,
you please change the coffee back?" Our viewer, along with our viewers, we would really request. We would like to request this action be taken
yes.
immediately.
So again, I put Quick Trip coffee in the garbage bag. I do not.
Yes.
I do
Ooh, do
not.
that again. I like how you did that. Do that
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
transition it to the trash
Yeah,
bag.
it's to
That
the
is what I'm
trash
talking
bag
about.
now. We're gonna
Yes.
transition it into the trash bag because we don't like it.
Sorry, Quick Trip, but
Sorry, Quick Trip.
you
Give
was
us
my
some
favorite.
better, yeah, give us some better coffee. Yes, it was different. The clerk said, although they had an issue. Let me put this up here. Let me see if I can. Here you go, Noonie, because Noonie came to me and she said, this is what she was telling me. She said, yes, it was different. The clerk said, although they had an issue with incidents with the bugs, they were in the process of changing the coffee. He did admit that they have received several complaints. Yeah, I know they did.
Hmm.
Hey, Niecy, hey, Karen, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah,
Well,
I know when they had the problem with the bugs, but it was only at a couple of locations. But I guess they
oh,
say,
that's
okay, let's
nuts,
go ahead and do damage control.
girl.
And that this is not it, Quick Trip.
No, not
This is
it.
not the correct damage
Not
control.
it. And if anybody know anybody that works for Quick Trip, send this on over. Tell them I said we need our coffee back. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm gonna stop going because I'm getting tired of going into the cappuccino part and having to push that button. And then I gotta push it, and then you don't know if it's gonna come out weak or not, and if it's gonna taste like cappuccino or it don't taste like no cappuccino. I'm just
And I'm
mad
shot
at
in the foot. I can't do the cappuccino because it's
it's sweet.
pre-sugared.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they just, and I know it's the hardworking people that's coming in there, them hardworking um,
People.
people of other nationalities that like their stuff dark. They like it hot. They like it strong. To the point when even when I walk in there, the one on Riverside, they ran out of coffee because it was piles of people of other religions, which I'm not prejudiced, but I'm just saying. It is sometimes it's made for others, but we were here first. We were here first. We were getting the coffee before they started coming in and changing up everything. They just changed everything.
Well,
If it ain't
this is
broken,
what I
don't
found
fix
out about that. So Quick Trip gives a huge discount to construction workers and people like that when they buy in bulk. When they buy out the big things of that, a big thing of coffee like that, that big old thing that they be filling up is a dollar and some change, and we paying a dollar and some change for the. It's not fair. They need
They
to
need to
level the
leave it
playing
back
field.
exactly, or either make it where we can select how we want it. If we want it, they make enough money to do that. The machines that they make now, they could give you light roasted or medium roasted or dark roasted. These machines don't go in here and just throw something, throw us out. Our dollars some change means something too.
Yeah,
Every Saturday, you think about how much coffee you drink a week at a dollar and some change, how much you do a month, which you can buy it on your own and go home and make your own, but it takes the fun out of getting up in the morning and going in and saying hi to
when you out
people.
and about and you know where
Yeah,
you can
getting
get
to
you a good
know
cup of coffee.
people. Yeah, you get a nice cup of coffee, say hi to the contractors and watch
Yeah,
crazy people come in. That's
cause
fun.
you, cause you know the last time I had a good cup of coffee is when that gentleman blessed us that morning
Yeah.
and
Hold out.
paid
Yeah.
for our coffee.
Oh, that was best.
Yeah, remember that
I've
lady
had
turned around
that
and
happen
she
quite
said
a few
he didn't
times.
he didn't pay for mine.
Yeah, that lady she was already finished paying. He was like, man, I'm sorry, you already paid for yours. Man,
That's what, and that
anybody.
was the last time I had a good cup of coffee
Yeah,
from them.
from
The
there.
last
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, y'all, we're gonna go ahead
Mhm.
on and talk about. We have a great topic today.
Yeah.
Me and Yvonne was talking, and I don't know. The conversation came. It was weird, but the conversation started up about talking about someone who hurt other,
Mhm.
and we was like, wow. We was kind of the common denominator on the whole situation was we realized that that saying hurt people.
Mhm.
And we thought that would be a great topic for today to talk about because a lot of times, even the people that's hurting people, don't even realize that they're actually hurting people because they're hurt.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
they don't identify with the hurt. They identify with the fact that other people may do something to trigger a feeling, but they don't really
Mhm.
understand where that feeling comes from. And we decided that let's do something a little different. Let's go ahead on and let's talk about hurt and why
Mhm.
hurt people. Now,
Mhm.
I had a few questions. One of the questions I had about hurt people was, what do it mean by a person? People hurting people. And the concept of people hurting people signifies that an individual who have experienced pain, trauma, harm,
Mhm.
or more likely to inflict hurt on people. And when I asked that question, I said, well, the question is, do all hurt people?
No.
I don't think so either. I don't believe
Yeah.
that all, because I feel that a lot of the hurt people that hurt knows that it hurt and they have conscience or
Exactly.
intentionally hurt people.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Intentionally. I don't believe that. So my question for that was, why do they say what's the background for hurt people hurt people? And when I read up on it, I said, well, you know what? Hurt people is just another way to identify that a person that got hurt, but you want to sugarcoat their um how can I say it? Their behavior. You want
Mhm.
to say
Mhm.
you want to give a good reason why a person is hurting another person.
Person, and there really is no
There's
excuse.
no, it's insanity. It's insanity. It's when you hurting another person.
Mhm.
There's no real good way to look at it, but they'll say, "Well, I'm giving hurt people hurt people." That's
Mhm.
not. I don't feel that that's a reason because you're hurt for you to inflict your pain
Exactly.
on other
Exactly.
people because you're hurt.
Yeah, that's like saying, when people say the abused becomes the abuser. There's two things to that. If when you run into hurt people, or somebody that's been hurt, one or two things is going to happen. Either they're going to recognize and realize and say, I didn't like that experience, so I'm not going to inflict that type of experience on someone else. Or you're going to have somebody else who can't really separate the two, and they're going to take that hurt, that pain, that trauma, and take it on and inflict it on other people.
Well, I mean, my whole thing is, that when you got to find out the signs of, you
Mhm.
know, some people can't identify when they're hurting someone.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you gotta. It's like, to me. Let's see. When the hurt can also extend to your attitude and your actions. That basically, if you, let's give an example. I just want to give some examples of hurt. Okay, for instance, as a kid, you was made to feel that you was not good enough,
Mhm.
and you decide as an adult that you going to continue to learn that type of behavior, that you're not good enough, but yet you start afflicting that onto your children, that they're not good enough. You're just like your father. You're just like your mama.
Mm.
Just like
Mhm.
your cousin.
Mhm. Those words.
Those words, you afflict those on them. But what about those people that says that when we say people hurt people, but they say they don't hurt people, but they hurt themselves
Mhm. Just as bad.
just as bad. So do you separate yourself from the people because you're not afflicting that on other people, or you're just afflicting it on yourself? For instance, you
Mhm.
walk around, it's everybody else's fault, that these issues in your life has became what they are, but you use that to have self-esteem issues.
Mm-hmm.
You use that as being a person that afflicts hurt unto yourself because you don't see yourself better or good or even being able to be part of let me say, a society that accepts you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? So you continue to afflict that pain not only on other people, but even on yourself. I had to look when I read this article on Google, and it was talking about things that people do, the experiences that they have, trauma to show what type of emotional behaviors that people actually have when they are being hurt, or they're hurt and they don't realize that they're hurting others.
That's right.
Like they seek distractions from their painful thoughts. Like for instance, you find yourself not wanting to talk about there's pain there. You might want to pretend like it's nothing there. There's nothing there hurting you, but you distract yourself from it.
Distractions. Yeah.
It's like a distraction.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I also found out that when they prefer solitary. And I got this problem sometimes with myself. I'd rather be by myself. I rather, instead of dealing with the pain of what my issues is, I rather not be around people. Okay,
Mhm.
that's not only hurting me, but it does hurt other people because see, some people don't understand what your issues are, why you don't want to hang out with them, why
Yeah.
family. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you got something to say? Go
Well,
ahead.
just kind of going back to what you were saying about low self-esteem, because I thought about this one yet for a couple of days now, really. In low self-esteem is really when people place a low value on themselves, which is truly what low self-esteem is. And sometimes they may be unaware of how hurtful their actions are to other people. And now I can use this as an example, pulling from my own personal bag. Let's say it's your turn to host an event or something like that. For just I'm gonna use this my mom for Christmas, or mother or something like that for Christmas, and it's important to you and your family to do so. However, that person doesn't really value themselves that much, so they may wind up going and visiting somebody else for the third or fourth time, not realizing how hurtful that is to the people that's trying to bring them in and spend time with them, quality time, and so on and so forth. And it is such a the low self-esteem part can be so devastating, because it's like, you know how you got a piece of paper, a paper towel, and then a little bit of water get on it, and all of a sudden that moisture just spreads and spreads and spreads. That's like a really bad poison, poison in the spirit, poison in family relationships and things of that nature, and it just spreads. And that is part of that hurt people, and not even being aware or conscious of the hurt and pain that that's being caused. And I'm having to work through that, because I'm like, golly, I want to do this, that, and third, and this is being taken off in this direction, that direction. But then I had to realize hurt people, and not understanding the reasons why their behavior is the way that it is.
Mm. So when and then what about the ones that let me see, let me give you another one because I thought of this. I was like, well, emotional behaviors hurt people displays they unknowingly. They are too valuable. They are not patient. They are unconfiding. They perceive the world around them as black and white. Um, because I've actually understand where if you're the type of person that is hurt and got some type of trauma going on in your life, you don't even realize how you afflicting this effect of your hurt onto other people. You know,
Mhm.
you can't live with you know, and I'm not saying you can't, but you have to decide. Like if you're a type of person that every time you come around and you and another person or people that you're with or hang around with and you can't get along with them, and you know everybody see you a certain way, but you don't see yourself, you don't see what's going on in your life. You hold on to hurt and using the hurt as an excuse to not open up or not relate to other people in their situations. You internalize it and allow that hurt become part of your upbringing and use that as a part of your life where you can't. I'm trying to say this without being such a a booty hole, but I wrote some things down. You cannot live your life projecting your hurt and experience on others. Understand the root of your issues. You got to go back. You got to find
Mhm.
out where the root is. You
Mhm.
know, why are you internalizing things and not allowing those things to be uprooted and dealt with? And normally, people like this needs what you call it?
Intervention.
Intervention. You need to understand that at this time, somebody calling me from Carrollton, that there's an issue going on, and you're hurting not only yourself, but you're hurting others.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let me see. I'm trying to put this without being so mean to people. Hurt people hurt people. Give you know, you give reasons why you're hurting others. You reason with that. Oh no, they're just not that type of person. They're disrespectful. They don't like me. I don't like them. We can't do this together. You give reasons on why you're hurting, because I mean you're hurting others, but you don't realize the source starts from you. It's an inner you that you need, well, that we have to start plucking, get a hold on it, understanding it, feel and realize where it's coming from. It might not even be right something that's happening right now. It could be something that happened in the past. It could be something that you're holding on to. Someone never you close that issue up, and you're holding on to it, and you're bringing it to other people.
Mhm.
Social media is a great way to see hurt people.
Yeah.
Social media is a great. Watch what people write. See what their comments are. See what they're saying to one another. See if they're, they might not even direct that hurt directly to one person. It could be a general, but you know that person is hurting.
Mhm.
Why not discuss it with a certain person or people? No, you want to internalize it, and you want everybody to feel believe that you're doing the right thing. But in the midst of it, you're hurting people.
That's right. That's right. um, one of the things, and what you're saying about the inner person is so true. Look at it this way. To me, one of the biggest signs of hurt people and things of that nature is low empathy.
Mm.
If you have a hard time walking in someone else's shoes, you need to check yourself. Think about that. Because when you cannot walk in someone else's shoes, you have a very hard time seeing someone else's perspective.
Yes.
And you can cause a lot of hurt and pain that way. It's thoughtlessness. It's thoughtlessness. At the end of the day, if you ask yourself, wow, how would I have felt if they approached me that way? Or if they said this to me that in this manner or that manner. You have to be willing to walk into somebody else's shoes. They may be a little tight. Put your big old feet in there and then loosen it up some, and then you'll see that you may just get a better and clearer understanding. That low empathy.
And then also you gotta figure out why a person can trigger you off to be a hurt. Why situations or a person can say or do things that can trigger you in that manner, to want
Mm-hmm.
to hurt, to retaliate, and normally, that's human nature.
Yeah.
If someone hurts you, you want to retaliate. It's a human nature thing.
Yeah.
But it's still it causes insanity. It makes things worse.
Yeah.
If you don't think about why you feeling the way you feeling and why a person can trigger you and hurt you and allow a situation to bring forth anger or depression or trigger off any emotional feelings, and then you got to sit back and ask yourself, why am I like this? What is the root of this?
Mm-hmm. What about this? Have you ever thought about what about self dislike? Think about that. When you don't like yourself. And you and I, we've been out in the public, and we've seen people act a plumb nut or come at us a certain way, and we looked at each other and said, they really don't like themselves. And you can tell it. You can tell it.
And you hiding.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're hiding.
Yep.
You try to find things to replace your hiding. You're running. You're running from
Mhm.
it. You're hiding from it because you're hurt.
Mhm.
So why do you find that you need to afflict that on other people, even yourself? If
Mhm.
you can't hold a great attention to something or someone that basically you should be dealing with, you find that you rather run from it and not deal with it. You want to be quiet about it. You think that just because you're not there or you're not speaking of it, that it's going to go away. All it does is just keep on building up. That wall gets built. It's like any emotional untiding that you have. If you don't deal with that emotion, you starts to build a wall, and then it starts to affect not just you but others,
Mhm.
people around you, your children, your church folks, your anybody, your work folks, it affects what everyone around you, because be honest with you, your hurt is hurting other people.
Mhm. 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 Now, what about this? Let's flip the script for a minute.
Okay.
What about people? Because we say hurt people, and there are some people that hurt people that deliberately set out to hurt other people.
That's a whole nother story.
They having I call it a hidden agenda.
What they call what you call it?
Narcissistic.
Narcissism.
Mhm.
Narcissists. That's a
Mhm.
whole nother story, because there's a lot of people out there who are like that.
Yeah, because I was out. What was I at? This was about a month ago. Oh, I was at a baseball game, and these people had gotten into an argument, and the guy was just putting down his girlfriend, just putting her down in front of other people. And I thought about that. I said, he is deliberately, intentionally saying these things to embarrass her in front of other people, and so on and so forth. His agenda to me was to um make her feel small,
Hurt her.
weak, yeah, in front of other people, things of that nature. So you got people out there that deliberately, get out there and take and do this. And then you got some that enjoy. You got some people that literally get a rise out of hurting somebody else, inflicting hurt and pain on somebody else, making somebody else feel some kind of way.
So do you think they hurt themselves, or they just like the feeling of having power?
Yeah, I think when it comes to something like that, I just think that it comes from a deeply disturbed place. Maybe they were around people that had power all the time. Maybe they were abused, growing up. And as they got older, they felt that if they had the power, if they control, because, most of the time power comes with control. So maybe they feel like they can control the narrative, they can control people and things around them, then they won't experience that hurt and pain, but they can make other people feel what they felt.
Hmm.
And then you get people that sometimes feel like people should have recognized what they were going through and should have came to their aid or their rescue. And when they didn't get that, then they inflict hurt and pain. So I mean, it's a lot of it's a lot of different ways to do things like that.
Yeah,
And yeah.
yeah, but the thing I'm trying, because we we live in a generation, we live in a world right now that hurting people is a thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like on social media, you get them on there, people just because I don't know if they hurt or their reasons for hurt, but that's the thing, and it's normal. It's a
Mhm.
normal thing. And if you feel different, or if you feel that that this shouldn't happen, you not normal. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I mean, I remember when I was in school and we was talking about bullying, because that was a thing where But when I look back on the way she treated me, um, I'm asking myself, is that a normal thing for people to make a person feel small, hurt them, put stipulations on them, do things to undermine them? But guess what? Those people do this. They will wind up internalizing it and doing it to others. You
Mhm.
never
Mhm.
know. You know
You
what I'm
never know.
saying? You never know how the effects that you having on another person until you look at their lives and see that, wow, you know what? They've been hurt for a very, very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what about the ones that are attracted to you because they feel that you're easily hurt? That they feel like you're easily manipulated, you're easily misled,
Mhm.
that you are that you will allow some of these things to happen. Um,
Wow.
somebody said we don't choose people by accident.
Mm.
Subconsciously we choose people who fit in with our unconscious understanding of their world.
Mm.
So, that's why, and that goes back to, I was looking at this show last night, and the lady, she said, no, the guy, he was like, all I keep doing is attracting the same type of women. They take all my money. The lady took the man's car and was gone for 3 weeks. Um, and she controlled everything that he did. Um, and his sister told him, she said, you attract them because you walk around with this big old letter on your forehead that says "Use me," and but you had to see the movie to
Yeah,
understand where she was
and
coming
that's
from.
another thing. Yeah, you kind of attract the company you keep, but I hope that people. I don't attract people just coming in and hurting me all the time. That's just,
Yeah.
I think those are type of people that like prey on others. They
Mhm.
try,
Mhm.
they kill, steal, and destroy. They try to find,
Yeah.
and then you can't help them because they don't want to identify what the issues is. This Facebook user said, "I don't think all hurt people, but I feel it's more so justification on an explanation as to one person who has been hurt before hurt someone else's, just as you said." Love that.
Mhm.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
we got Cindy who says, um, she says a lot of trauma is trauma in someone's life that never dealt with their own
Uh-huh.
trauma, so they can't see themselves and the damage they are doing. It's their own trauma and hurt. We have to clean our own trauma.
That's right. That
Love
goes
that.
back to what Marvina was saying about the inner me. We talk a lot on this show about the inner
Inner
me.
me. Yep. Then you got to
Inner me.
work on that
The inner
inner.
me is not always the enemy.
But you got to also look and see if there's an issue and it's an ongoing issue. You want to kind of put it on everybody else, but you need to start taking a more of an inventory.
Tori, yeah.
You can't be so hard and judge people so harshly.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see sometimes people for who they are. People are people. We can't. You kind of know the type of person that you're dealing with. And if that's not your mo, then maybe you just not need to be around these people that you're hurting anyway. I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
hurt
Yeah.
people obviously only knows hurt. So how do we expect them not to hurt others? They need that company. I like that.
Yeah. And I agree with that. But I feel that in the midnight hour, at some point in time, a conscious comes into play. And they may, because I firmly believe this when in the word where it says vengeance is not ours, it's the Lord's. That's where I feel that he places the convictions on your heart. There have been times in my younger days, you can tell me nothing. Everything I said, I felt was golden. I felt that I was always in the right, whatever, whatever. But sometimes when in the still moments, God would place on my heart something that I said or something that I did. And I was like, wow, really? And then, but he kept placing on until it convicted me. And I said, wait a minute, that's
Dissect it.
not the right. Yeah. So I feel that I think that happens to everybody, but
Yes.
it is what we do when we are convicted.
Yes. Look at people. We're so used to wearing our own shoes that we can't come out of them. Start
Hmm.
looking, you got to look at other people, and stop feeling that even though you're hurt, that it's always everybody else's fault. It's not.
Hmm.
They just like you couldn't do anything about getting hurt. They can't do anything about your hurt. But you got
That's
to
right.
realize that hurt is affecting other people.
Hmm.
And in your way of living, in the way you are delivering that your messages, it's your fault. And I'm not taking it away or whatever your reasons for hurting
Hmm.
another person for any
Oh, excuse
reason.
me.
I
Hmm.
disagree with that. You have to be able to walk in your own shoes first, knowing what hurt or bothers you before you approach another. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
You
how you
always
do
gotta walk.
first
You
hurt.
always gotta walk in your shoes first,
Yes,
but it goes twofold. It goes hand in hand. It goes with recognizing and understanding the inner me, and looking at that person in the mirror and starting to make some self adjustments and changes. That way, it allows you to be able to be compassionate enough to walk in someone else's shoes, to
exactly.
have a better understanding of where they may be coming from.
You got to be compassionate to understand, not even to other people, but to yourself.
Hmm.
You may have to break it down, go all the way back to the past. There's a lot of stuff that I'm thinking about now. As I read about this, how I done to my children. Even yelling at them or not realizing. Those are passed down hurts or whatever the case may be that you inflict on your own. So you
Hmm.
never know. You got to look at yourself and look at where you. This right here was a book. It says use it. I don't know who wrote it, but I'm going to read it. You would think that if a person has been hurt, they would not want anyone to feel like you feel. Why would you want someone that you care about to feel the same pain that you felt? Painful experiences from childhood to adult affects you and is hard to get over. So why do you want someone you care about to go through the same feelings? Even some parents do
Exactly.
to their children as they went through as childhood. If they had parents that abused them, they abused their children the same
Hmm.
way.
Hurt people, the
Hurt people
abuse
hurt
becomes the
people.
abuser. And that's what
Exactly.
we were saying. It's too, some people say, okay, I'm never going to treat my children that way. And they don't. And then you got some people who were never able to escape that generational curse, and now it's spilling over into the next generation, into their life, into their full livelihood. So like I said, it goes one or two ways. Either you're going to, and then you get some people that really struggle with being a better person and doing the right thing. So you got those that don't struggle, they just fall right into that the hurt and pain that was inflicted upon them. You get some that really struggle to do the right thing, and sometimes it's like a flip of a coin with them. And then you got some people that, because of what they went through, they never inflict that hurt and pain on somebody
Yeah,
else.
sometimes you don't even. It's a norm for you. You know, you don't.
Mhm.
If no one ever told you that there's a pain or there's a problem there, you know, my children came to me and had to let me know. My son Vincent, he could tell you, man, why you yelling? We don't hear you when you yell. And then I had to step out of my shoes and just realize, yeah, well, I don't listen. It's hard for me to hear anybody who yelling at me too. Or
Mhm.
you know, why you gotta really see the hurt. You know, did you separate yourself from the hurt? I love this what Anthony said, Tony. Hey, Tony. I learned early in life how to treat and respect women with me being raised around three sisters and my mom, who was very strong women. I get and
Yeah.
if you realize that your hurt is that women get hurt as much as men. I think everybody get hurt. They could afflict hurt or anybody and everybody. But
Right.
you know, Tony said that he learned that hurt. You know, you can't just go around hurting people. And women are one of the ones that, and I ain't gonna lie, they will hurt you for quicker than a man would if you let them.
Mhm.
You can pick up that behavior as a mother because down the line, somewhere down
Mhm.
the line that they were hurt, so they afflicted, either on their mates or their children or whatever the case may be. But hurt comes in. Not it's not a man or a woman thing. It's just people just hurt people because they get hurt. I'm just
Mhm.
with you because they just hurt.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see if I can get another one. I feel like a parent will try so hard to shield our children from our traumas that we end up attaching it, or giving them some other trauma seed by our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
This is true.
I can attest to that.
Me too.
I can agree to
Me
that.
too.
Because, and I'm gonna use this as an example. My kids told me probably about a month and a half ago. Um they were like, so I have three, and then I had my niece and my nephew, so it's five. And I used to get them up every Saturday morning, 6 a.m. on the dot. 6 a.m. every Saturday morning. Get up and clean. And I mean thorough cleaning every Saturday morning. And then about 10 or 11, shower, get dressed and whatever. And then you're free. You can do whatever else you want to do for the rest of the day. I thought I was doing a good thing because I used to hate when I was growing up. And by the time we got up, had breakfast and everything, the thorough cleaning and all this kind of stuff went well into the afternoon. So by that time, you were too tired to go hang with your friends and do other things and so on and so forth. So I said, okay, I'm gonna head it off at the pass, get them up at 6. Think I'm doing a great thing. And one day, it started with our daughter. She said that was horrible. She said it was terrible. My son, he was like, I used to hate that. My niece and my nephew was like, that was so traumatizing, to the point now where they clean when they want to clean. They're all adults and everything, but I thought I was doing something good. I didn't know that I was creating a whole different set of trauma and hurt and pain, because even when they wanted to do something, there was some trips and stuff that the schools had planned. I was like, that's cutting it. That's Y'all know what time it is. That's
You
thorough
know,
cleaning time.
as a parent, you kind of try to do the best you can with the situation.
Yeah.
You don't really know that you're traumatizing your kids, because it's not a book. But when you're the one, when you know that even as an adult, you're still having some issues with getting along or whatever. Some of these things we got to go reflect back to when we were younger and how we dealt with things or what trauma that we have in our lives that we are running from or trying to put
Mhm.
on other
Mhm.
people, because it's out there. Well, I am excited because guess what? It is after 10 o'clock. It is after 10. We made a whole nother hour. Well, I appreciate all of y'all for showing up and being part of What's in the Bag.
Yeah.
Early morning coffee with Marvina and Yvonne. We
Yes.
have a Facebook group. I like what one of the young ladies said. I think her name was Destiny, and she said this. And I'm gonna say this because I feel the same way, Destiny Love. We need more conversation about this in our communities.
Yes. Yes. And I was
Yeah,
just getting ready to say, let's keep
yeah,
this conversation going. We'll start if we haven't already, we'll start a chat on
yeah,
what's in the bag
yes.
to keep this
Robert,
going.
we need to
Yeah.
get you going, brother. We're gonna pull that over because we need to keep this going. We need to hear from everybody about trauma. If there's hurt in their lives, any hurt that they think that they have to deal with.
And
Um,
we'll do a part 2 to this in a couple of
yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
We'll revisit this because
yeah.
this is
We'll revisit
very good. Yeah.
because hurting people. We're hurting people everywhere. We're hurting them at work. We're hurting them at home. We're hurting them in church. We're hurting them on the streets. We're hurting them in our businesses. People are
Yeah.
hurting people, and we got to understand that we got to stop this. And it's not normal to hurt people. That's not normal. It's not
No, it's
normal
not.
to be part of a world that we find that the best way to get along is to hurt somebody.
Exactly.
Believe
I agree with you
I
on
don't
that.
believe that. All right, we got the Facebook directory. We're asking people to join. Join the Facebook directory, and you got something you need going on in your town. Like right now, we have Halloween coming up, and I know that there's some places in Georgia or some places in your area that is a great place to go trick or treating. That you take your kids, put that in what's in the bag in the directory. If there's some services that you want people to know that's out there, you're selling soap, you're selling things, put that in the directory. It's an open platform for you to just go ahead on and post services, post things in there. Join what's in the bag directory because we're making that a one-stop shop where if you
Mhm.
got things going on and you want people to know, you can go on the directory and find out. Of course, we got YouTube for all our YouTubers. Thank y'all for being part of What's in the Bag. It's What's in the Bag 21. If you don't know anybody that does Facebook, because like they say now, this is starting to become for the older people, family people. But what about the people that's in your neighborhood that doesn't come on Facebook? Go ahead and let them know we're on YouTube. What's in the Bag 21. Share, like, comment, subscribe,
That's right.
all that good stuff on YouTube. Also, all you Twitch people who likes the game and want to take an hour out in the morning on Saturday mornings, we actually go live on Twitch also. I am so grateful, y'all. Just grateful today, grateful for every day. As you can see, we put our little Cash App card up there. Cash App number. We taking donations. Come on, be nice to us. We got to pay for these apps to be able to be part of this. We're moving, we're growing. It's What's in the Bag 21. You can give us a little chance, just donate some little money. You got a little extra.
That's right.
Help us out with What's in the Bag. We're growing. We're moving forward. We're going to be a household. We're going to be a household name. That's our goal.
That's our goal.
Giving more voices to the voiceless. You want to come
Yes.
on and you want to be part of What's in the Bag, DM me. Let us know that you got some other people that want to be part of What's in the Bag. Look at my sister. You got this book up here, y'all. resentment, bitterness, anger. I love this. Y'all go back and read some of the comments that we wasn't able to get up here. I wish I was able to get you, Noonie, because you got a lot up here. But if you're not able to, wasn't able to see them on here, go back and look at some of the comments. Share this. Share this. All you got to do is put share. It'll come on your page. Share it. Share this. Let people know that, we're out here. And if they want to talk more about hurt people, we're out to just talk about it. Girl, I am so in love with what's in the bag, y'all. This is my brainchild. And we're blessed just to do this every Saturday. We've been doing this. It'll be 3 years.
3 years in January and February.
3 years? No, it'll be 4 years. It'll be 4 years. 2020. Did we launch this in 20? No, it'll be 3 years. 3 years. Is it 3 years? No, we've been out of luck.
We'll figure it out behind the scenes.
I was 50 when I did it. 50, 51, 52, 53. It'll be 4 years.
Okay, be 4 years.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. We kicked it off on your 50th.
On my 50th. Yeah. It'll be 4 years. Thank y'all. Hey, every Saturday. God bless you. You got something to say before we leave, girl?
Hey guys, it's beautiful out there today. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. Go out there and look at the fall foliage. Get some color in your life.
Yeah.
But as always, stay blessed. Be a blessing. Bless somebody.
Bless somebody.
And
if you're dealing with some hurt, go back and get some help.
That's right.
Need it. You need some help. Inventory time. We love you. God bless you. And y'all have a wonderful, prosperous day. Amen.
Amen.